Hello everyone and welcome to the first free class for 2026. So for those who earned this class, you would have placed an order of $75 or more during December. Now I'm just going to get my computer sorted so that I can see your comments and also sort out to make sure that the camera is set up okay. So I'm hoping that with the camera it's okay, and of course I'm hoping the light is okay too. So I'm hoping. There we go, I've just muted that. So hopefully I will see when you make a comment. So welcome everyone to Facebook Live. Okay, so as I mentioned, this is the first free class for 2026. So those who have qualified for this class placed an order of $75 or more during December. So for those who've already placed an order this month of $75 or more, you will receive the free class for February. Okay, mini catalogue launched earlier this month. So a few more of you have now got your catalogues in your hands, and thank you to those who came to the launch events last week. So I've got a couple of reminders for you just before we get into the class. First of all, bonus days. So the way bonus days works, if you spend, or for every $90 you spend, you will get a $9 coupon to redeem in February. So in February, there's no minimum spend. As long as you spend $9 or more, you'll be able to redeem your coupons. So the earn period finishes on the 2nd of February, and the redemption period starts on the 3rd. So that's a nice little added bonus for February. And of course, on your $90 order for this month, you will also get, of course, your Stampin' Rewards, which is always nice. So that's the first thing. An announcement from Stampin' Up! Just a couple of days ago. They have a brand new tool out, which is called Stampin' Positioner. So for anybody who needs a little bit of extra help getting their stamps in the right place or stamping properly, or perhaps you find it hard on bigger stamps to press down with enough pressure, this is the perfect tool for you. The only way to get this is when you join my team in February. So this is an added bonus. I haven't got this tool to share with you. I only just ordered it today, so as soon as I get it, I'm going to show you how to use this tool. So this is coming. You're going to hear more about it. It's just, this was announced just a day or so ago from Stampin' Up! Okay, next, classes are resuming as normal for February. So I of course have the online monthly card class. Registration opens for February on the 1st of February. 2nd of February, I have got the Stampin' Blends class. And then the 5th and 6th of February, I've got the usual Thursday card class. Now, you're probably wondering why I've got the Thursday card class for the morning in the on Friday. My hours at work have changed, so I no longer have Thursdays off. So any daytime classes that I have during the week are now switched to Friday. More reminders will come out about those two classes very soon. Okay, let's get started. So the two cards we're making tonight, we're going to be using Cute as a Bug Designer Series paper. Let me share this paper with you, which I think I may have already, but I'm going to share it with you again. So here we go, 12 by 12 paper. You get 2 sheets each of 6 different designs, and of course they're double-sided. So I love this paper with the toadstools. I didn't pay a lot of attention to it until just recently. Okay, so we've got some blackberries, cute little bees, and check out these cute little bugs. So I don't have the stamp set that coordinates with this or the dies, but there is a whole suite with this with this designer series paper. So they're all really very, very cute and great images to fussy cut, which is what we're going to be doing tonight. You also have some other pieces who you can cut those and use those on your card fronts, and you've almost got a card ready to go. There is the final one. Let me flip it over and show you the reverse side. The reverse side, as always, is just more versatile pattern paper. The same sort of colours as the other side, but just some patterns that are a little bit more versatile. So good to use on any projects. I happen to really love this paper here. And there is the last one, which has got some beautiful little flowers on it. Okay, so that is that. Let me show you, or let's get started on the first card. Oh, let me just quickly show you. Page 43 in the mini catalogue is where you'll find this designer series paper. As I mentioned, it is a whole suite, which is called Cute as a Bug. So there is a stamp set and dies. You can order, or you can purchase those as a bundle and save 10%. There's some cute little embellishments, which include some ladybugs and also some ribbon. Okay, now let's get started. So let me see, which one have I got here first to share with you? Okay, so the first one is this one just here. So I have actually brought in a second designer series paper for this background piece. So this is a part of the 6x6 stacks that we can get, and this is in the in colour. So it's the 2025-2027 in colour paper. So you'll either have the flowers like I've got in my sample, or you may have a piece that has got the leaves on it. So that both those pieces come from the same packet of paper. As I mentioned, these are the 2025-2027 in colour packet of paper, and this colour here is cloud cover. Okay, so just want to share that you might have different paper to me, and the ink I'm using on this is the Secret Sea. Again, it's one of the new in colours. So for this card, before I go too far, let me just find my piece here. You'll notice in our catalogues that Stampin' Up! Always share some sketches. Let me see if I can quickly find them in the catalogue, because I want to share these with you because they are really great to use if you're stuck perhaps for a little bit of inspiration, or you want to create something new and you're not sure where to start. So here we go. On page 17 of the mini catalogue, down the bottom here, there are some templates. You can use these sorts of templates to create cards. So the one I'm using tonight, or the two I'm using tonight, aren't in this catalogue. However, you can then, I made these templates up. I actually made 5 different templates up for my team as a resource, and that's what they got as a little Christmas gift from me. So I just want to have these side by side so you can see how the template translates and turns into a card. Okay, so on the back of this template, I've also got my card measurements as well for my base, my mats, and my strip, just so that I know what I have got, what sizes I need for each of the things. So it takes a little bit of guesswork out of it. So I'll pop that to the side. Here's what you'll have in your kit. So if you are watching, I hope you'll say hello, just so I know that you're there. Let me just make sure. So you'll have the envelope, of course. Pop that to the side. There is the card base, which is a half sheet of thick white A4. 2 pieces of Secret Sea. These measure 10 centimetres by 13.4, which... So, 14.4, which is this measurement here. I have got a piece of white and a piece of designer series paper. These both measure 9.5 by 13.9. Okay, so that is that one. My Secret Sea, this one measures 6 centimetres by 7. Piece of white is 5.5 by 6.5. And I do have my strip here, which goes along the back. This is 1.5 centimetres by 10. Okay, so that is a little longer, but that is just going to be trimmed off to size. Okay, because I've actually added in an extra layer here. There's a couple of pieces of the designer series paper with the cute little images on it to cut out. There is a punch from the Banner Sayings punch, which is this one just here. Okay, this does coordinate with the Banner Sayings stamp set. So this one has got quite small sentiments in it, but it's really cute to use. And you'll also have a piece of cloud cover ribbon. Okay, so let's get started with this card. So first of all, hi Jenny, thank you for joining me. First of all, we will fold our card in half. And remember to grab your bone folder out. So I think what we'll do, we'll get started on the front first. Okay, so before I stick those two pieces together, I do have my white strip, which I'm going to put across a little bit higher than center. Okay, so I'm going to stick these two pieces together first. And I'm hoping so far I've made a bit of sense. I'm, just working an extra day this week. Honestly, it's been a little bit of a shock to the system. So, yeah, I'm hoping that this all goes nice and smoothly for tonight. Okay, pop that down. And I have used Stamp and Seal, which is one of my preferred adhesives. And of course, as always, just remember that little tick and a light hand. The tick is just to break the stream of adhesive. Okay, so I found a brand new pair of Stamp and Snips in my cupboard. Actually, they ended up in a box and kind of got lost in a box. So it's really nice to find those when I was unpacking. Okay, and I'm just going to trim that little tiny bit off there. So they're so nice. They're nice and clean and they're nice and sharp. A lot of my other paper snip scissors are starting to get a bit blunt. However, if you've got them, you can get them resharpened, which is really nice. And I don't have sticky tape with me. I don't think I do. Oh, yes, I do. Maybe I do. No, I think I'll just use some double-sided tape. So my piece of ribbon is going to go across the front there. And I'm going to use a little bit of the double-sided tape just to hold my ribbon in place. Oops, needs to go a bit lower. Try again. There's that piece and the second side. Okay, so I'm going to, my piece of Secret Seed, this one measures 10 centimetres by 14.4, and I'm going to stick this onto my card front, and again, using some Stamp and Seal. Okay, this piece, I'm actually going to be putting that on with some dimensionals. If I've got some here, let me see. What have I got? Got black dimensionals. Ah, there we go. I'm just using some standard dimensionals for this one. Okay. So if you're using these slightly bigger dimensionals, you probably don't need to use quite as many as you would if you're using the minis. But I think the minis are probably my favourite ones to use. Okay, so far so good. So next I'm going to stick these two pieces together. So this is 6 centimetres by 7, and we've got 5.5 by 6.5. Hi Corrine, thank you for joining me. Okay, and you haven't missed all that much because it took me a little while to actually get started, so you haven't missed too much. Okay, so this piece here, which I have stuck off center, but that's okay. I'm going to stick this on with some dimensionals as well. Yeah, we can't always get everything perfect as much as we like to. Okay. The last one off, and even though it's a little bit crooked, and I know that I've been doing that a little bit lately with the Facebook Live, something's been stuck down crooked, and I think I've just stuck that down crooked too. Let me try that one again. Okay. Because some days, no matter how hard I try, it still goes on crooked. Okay, so far so good. I do have my sentiment to do, which, as I mentioned, this is one of the punch outs from the Banner Sayings punch. So let me hold it that way so you can see the shapes. So just some different banners there. And they are a little smaller than some of the other ones that I would normally use. But that's all good. And this one, and as you can see with this photopolymer, you can see the ones that I've used with reds or pinks because it does tend to stain just a little bit. So I'm going to make this one a happy birthday. There it is there. Block. And I'm using Secret Sea ink. Now, if you don't have Secret Sea, you can use Night of Navy or one of those darker blues. They will do the job really nicely. Actually, there are so many colours in this card that you can choose from. You could go ahead and use any colour that would coordinate. So I'm just doing a little bit of a test run on my scrap of white paper, and I'm hoping I'm going to stamp straight. That's actually pretty good, surprisingly so. Okay, let me put this ink pad away. So there's only just, of course, the one stamp stamp element on this card. Okay, so a little bit of cutting out to do. You will have in your kit the main one for the front, and you'll have a separate one because that separate one is to go on the inside. Okay, so you might have the same as what I've got here. You might have something different, but I think most people should have the same one. So you'll have to bear with me. It's just going to take a couple of minutes to do some cutting out. And I was going to do this ahead of time, but this just allows the people who have their kits with them to join in and keep up. Okay, and of course, if you do have the kits and you've jumped on a little bit late or you're not able to make tonight's Facebook Live, as always, I will be sharing the replay straight away. So it'll only take a few minutes for you to have access to the replay. Now, with the rules on Facebook, after 30 days, Facebook Live videos are deleted. I will be transferring this over onto my YouTube channel, and I'll be sharing the link as well. So if you don't get around to doing your cards, you haven't lost anything. It'll just be found on my YouTube channel. So I'll get that done as quickly as possible and share that link with you. But you still do have the 30 days to view the video before it disappears off Facebook. Okay. So when you're cutting out this one, just use a little bit of caution, just so that you don't cut off any of those little antennae. Okay, so I'm just curious. We've got a long weekend coming up as the Australia Day weekend. Has anyone got any plans? For me, I'm not sure what I'm doing yet. I'm hoping to do some craft, so that'd be really nice just to get a few of my classes prepared for February. Try to get a little bit ahead. Okay, so as mentioned, please just bear with me. It'll only take me a couple of minutes to get this cutting out done. Go back and cut that little bit there. Okay. I think I started with the easy bit. Okay. About halfway there. Yeah, like I said, I was going to cut these out ahead of time, but I know a few people have the kits, so it would just allow you to keep up. Now, on my post I did put up earlier, I did say we needed Gorgeous Grape. It was actually a mistake. It's Blackberry Bliss is the purple that we need. But again, if you don't have that colour, you can choose something else. It's just that really nice, rich, deep purple. And it's actually not a colour that I use a lot of, but it works beautifully with this Designer Series paper. On the home stretch. And I'm actually quite pleased. I haven't cut any of the extra little pieces off. I think when I was doing the sample, I came very, very close to cutting one of the strawberries off. Okay, I'm done. So for those watching, thank you for hanging around. Okay, so next, quite simple. I'm going to be sticking this image I've just cut out onto the front, and I'm going to also be sticking on my sentiment. I'm going to use a bit of Tombow to stick this on. You could use some dimensionals if you wanted to, but you just want to make sure that you get a good coverage with your dimensionals, just to make sure, I guess, when you put this in the envelope, nothing catches, because it could rip off one of the delicate bits. Okay. And I've got Tombow here, so I'm going to use just a little bit of Tombow as well. Just a little bit down the middle, and that will spread to give it a bit better coverage. There we go. Okay, the inside. You'll have 2 more pieces of cardstock left. So we've got Secret Sea, measures 10 centimetres by 14.4, and a piece of white that measures 9.5 by 13.9. So I'm using Stampin' Seal to stick those two together, and then this will go inside my card base. And some more Stampin' Seal. There we go. And finally, we've got the other little bug that we cut out earlier. A little bit of Tombow. He's so cute. And then you have your really cute little bug on the inside. And of course, if you want to, go ahead and stamp some more, another sentiment on the inside as well, because it just fills in the space a little bit more too. So that is card number 1, stuck on a slightly off center, but I'm happy with that. I'll live with that. Hello, Gay. Yeah, you'll definitely be able to catch up on replay. We're just about to start card 2 if you've got your stuff ready to go. So that is card number 1. Now, card number 2, I have got here as well another template to share with you. So this is the template here, and it can go any way you like. It's just taking that idea, so you can have it with the circle down to the left. You could have it that way. You can just change these templates to have them any which way you would like them to go. So here is my template for this card. And again, I do have the measurements written on the back. And this is my interpretation of this template. I have just changed where I've put the circle image. Now, where I've got the circle, you don't have to do a circle. You might like to do a really nice floral image or something like that. I've just stuck with the circle for my sample. Again, with this one, a little bit of fussy cutting, and we've also got the cute little bug on the inside as well. So this is just, again, sharing with you how you use sketches or templates to create your card. And it is open to interpretation, so you can change it up ever so slightly. As I mentioned, I do have the measurements on the back as well. So let's go through what you've got in this kit. You'll have the envelope. There is a piece of thick white, which is half a sheet of A4, which I have scored for the base. You will have 2 pieces of Mossy Meadow. These measure 10 centimeters by 14.4. 1 piece of white for the inside, which measures 9.5 by 13.9. So that is, let me open it for the inside there. For the outside, we've got some slightly smaller pieces, which is this bit here. And I've done the same measurements as I do have on my template. So this is 8 centimeters by 12.4, and I've got 7.5 centimeters by 11.9. Okay, so that is that designer series paper that I love so much out of the same packet. I've got my circle, which is just the 3 3/8 inch punch, or you could use one of your dies. I have got one of my little caterpillars, a different one to what I've got there. So you might have either one of those. And I've also got the little bead for the inside to cut out. Again, I have used one of the punches or punch outs from the Banner Sayings punch. And there's also a small piece of Blackberry Bliss, which measures about a centimetre by 5. Okay, so that will just, after it's stamped, will sit at the bottom of my banner. Okay, so let's put this one together. And as always, grab your bone folder to fold your card in half. Okay. So let's make a start and do the inside first. Just get some of these pieces out of the way. So I've got one of my pieces of Mossy Meadow. So they measure 10 centimeters by 14.4, piece of white that measures 9.5 by 13.9. So stamp and seal onto the back of the white, and then the second lot of stamp and seal under the Mossy Meadow. Okay. So if you are crafting along, I do apologise if I'm going a little bit too fast. But as I mentioned, as always, this this video replay will be available pretty much straight away. Okay, stamp and seal on my second piece of Mossy Meadow, and this is going onto my card front. Okay, my next two pieces, my second piece of white, and this one measures, oh, let me just check on here, 8 centimeters by 12.5, oh sorry, 12.4, and my piece of Designer Series paper, which is 7.5 by 11.9. So sometimes it's really tricky to know which side to use of the Designer Series paper. I think sometimes, yeah, it's choosing the one you like just a little bit better. But this is really, really pretty paper to use. Okay, very simple. Those two are stuck together. I'm going to be sticking some dimensionals behind this one to go onto my card front. So with the standards, one in each corner and one in the middle. I do find that I don't need to use the Take Your Pick tool to get these little covers off because they come off really quite easily. Okay, so this is going onto my card front. And I think that's actually kind of on straight. So I do have my stamping to do and a little bit of fussy cutting, and this fussy cutting should be a little bit quicker and easier than the first card. So you may have the cute little bee, but you could have one of the other little bugs. So with these papers, you'll get lots and lots of use out of them. So as I mentioned, they're on, oh, I did mention earlier what page they're on. I think they're on about page 43 for memory. They do cost $21.75 per packet, and you'll be able to make so many different cards just by fussy cutting all of these cute little bugs out. So it just spreads your product a little bit further, and yeah, just it's quite a versatile product. Okay, so there's the bee done, and I've just got the little caterpillar. As I mentioned, won't take me quite as long to cut these ones out as it did the first card. Okay. Almost done. And I will be sharing with you, starting my next Facebook Live, some of the projects that we had at my launch events last week. So to the people that came, thank you so much. I really hope you enjoyed it, and hope you enjoyed using some new product. It was really lovely to be back home and back doing my classes again. So finding that normal, or I shouldn't say finding it, but it felt very much back to normal, because I think I worked out at the classes last week, from between July and December, I'd actually only done one retreat and one card buffet class. So that was really next to no classes at all, because I normally do multiple classes each week. Okay, so for my sentiment, I've got wishing you good things. And of course, with this card, you could choose pretty much anything you wanted. Let me see what else we've got here. I think I might stick with that. yeah, I think I'll stick with that. And of course, then you can do another sentiment on the inside of the card as well. I'm wishing you good things. And I am using Blackberry Bliss for this one. And that is what actually gave my photopolymer stamp the nice colouring, was this coloured ink. So just doing a quick test run. That works nicely. And of course, being photopolymer, and all of the stamps now will be photopolymer. There's no more red rubber. Photopolymer makes it very, very easy, of course, to line your stamps up, particularly if you're trying to stamp on a little banner or a little die cut. Okay, so I'll put that aside because that ink tends to stain your fingers just a little bit. Okay, so to stick my small strip of Blackberry Bliss behind my banner, I'm just using some of this nice thin double-sided tape. If you don't have the nice thin double-sided tape, a little bit of Tombow, like a really small amount of Tombow, will do the job really nicely. That double-sided tape I just got in one of those discount stores. Okay, so I think I stuck that on straight. All I need to do now is put the card together. Okay, so I do have my circle, which is going to go the bottom left-hand corner. As I mentioned, with this one, I've just moved where the circle is, or you could go that way as well if you wanted to. Oh, I've got some stamp and seal. You can have it over as far as you like. I have left just this little corner here exposed. Okay, so behind my little caterpillar, I'm going to use some dimensionals. So I'll see how I go, but I'll probably end up cutting up some dimensional to put behind this card. Okay, let me cut up a little bit. So the edges, of course, are fantastic to cut up, and you don't want to lose that bit of product. Okay, that's good. Okay, a couple more. And there we go, so cute. And I'm also going to pop a couple of dimensionals behind the sentiment as well. Okay, so that's going to go lower right hand corner, and a little bit of Tombow to stick the cute little bee on the inside. Oops. And I think I might finish off with a sentiment here just to line it up with that cute little bee. And that's it. That is the 2 cards for the January free class. So let me bring in the other one. So there they are, just there. So I think they're really cute. As I mentioned, the papers are really quite versatile from that, from the Cute as a Bug papers. You can have a lot of fun with making some really cute little cards. That's all I've got for you for tonight. So please, just that one main reminder is bonus days. Don't miss out on earning your $9 coupons with a $90 purchase. I love this promotion because then you get to go shopping and get a little bit of a discount next month. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Jenny, Corinne, Gay. Thank you. I'm really glad that you like these cards. And yeah, the purple and green go really quite well together. So I love this one, but there's only a limited number of these, each of the bugs in the papers. So that is what I've got for you. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your evening and enjoy your long weekend. And I will be back here next Tuesday to share one of the cards from the catalogue launch last week. So thanks again, everyone. Take care.